Golden Radio Hour.
You're traveling through another dimension. A dimension not only of sight and sound, but of mind. A journey into a wondrous land whose boundaries are those of imagination. Your next stop, the Twilight Zone.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the command center at NORAD. This is the nerve center of what was once the first line of defense for the United States. Of course, things have changed a bit. Yes, ma'am, is there a question?
Hi, yes. My name is Jocelyn Reitzman. I'm with the senator. I thought there would be like big TV screens or, plasma screens of the world.
Everyone thinks that. Actually, they never existed. During the Cold War, you saw much of what you see today. Men at desks looking at monitors. Only today, well, they are plasma screens, but smaller. There was never a big board.
So who would have seen the incoming missiles from Russia?
Actually, multiple monitors would have shown that level of attack very clearly.
And what do they do now? They watch the Weather Channel?
Actually, Senator, the role of NORAD continues to be of significant strategic importance. To date, our space surveillance network has tracked more than 24,000 objects in orbit around the planet Earth.
That's space junk, Major Anderson. It's nuts, bolts, debris, extraterrestrial garbage. You call that significant?
It can be significant. We have thousands of satellites in orbit, many of them critical to national security. We need to know if they're in danger of colliding with the debris.
And if a tool bag lost in space is going to collide with one of these satellites, what exactly can we do about it?
Nothing, actually, except, of course, understand the nature of the event.
And if some extreme group takes power in a country and launches missiles at us, is that what you'll do, Major? Try to understand the nature of the event.
Senator, rest assured, we have the necessary defenses in place to identify and track anything in the air, in orbit, in space. Throughout the country, we have air defense services monitoring the skies. But if you think about it, the only way we can be sure of what it is and where it's coming from is to be able to differentiate it from the space junk.
We are 1 minute to the OIS 679 event.
That's great. Well, you're all in for a treat. We're actually going to be able to see an object in space re-enter the Earth's atmosphere. Dr. Johnson, I think that's why you're here.
That's the idea.
If you'll allow me, Dr. Johnson has been working with us through her think tank in Seattle and is studying the potential for some objects to actually strike the Earth.
What's an OS-69?
Good question. Doctor, would you do the honors?
OIS, actually. Object in space. We don't call them UFOs. We know what they are. 678 is the number of objects of significant size that have re-entered the atmosphere. This next one will be 679.
How big is this thing?
Believe it or not, 100 pounds. Mostly lost tools from various shuttle missions. In fact, it may be that tool bag you mentioned earlier, Senator.
You've got to be kidding.
10 seconds to OIS 679 event.
If you look at the monitors, well, actually any of them, we switch most of them to the event feed at times like this.
Event commence.
Wow, that was a big one.
At least a .75 duration.
That's it. That flash of light for a second. Cheyenne Mountain, billions of dollars, and all we use this facility for is watching man-made meteorites flash on screens like static on an old TV.
There have been more significant events recorded.
Like that one?
Oh my God.
Well, that doesn't sound good. Do you mean to say you've never seen an event like that second one?
Look, there's another one!
All stations to alert status and cross-check on multiple orbits.
What is going on, Major?
It's like the 4th of July. They just keep coming.
Lockdown. All stations transmit all incoming data to ADS centers and confirm ballistic coefficients.
Major, it's a simple question. What is going on?
I don't know. This has never happened before. I mean, it's Sunday. The commanding officer isn't here. I just do the tours.
Can someone please tell me what's going on?
No one can. He meant what he said. What we're seeing are thousands of objects in space entering the Earth's atmosphere simultaneously. If this had happened before, we'd all know it.
Are they asteroids?
No. No, they're not behaving like asteroids. They're coming from perfect Kepler orbits and seem to have very specific trajectories.
Like missiles?
Yes, Senator, yes. Like missiles.
I predicted this. Jocelyn, if I were president, this would not have happened. This is the end of all of us. This is the end of the world.
Meet Senator Jack Wrightsman. Charlatan, fraud, politician. A man with few principles who sees monsters in the closet and enemies in every backyard. He's on a mission to save the world with his own brand of truth. It's a truth he's about to uncover in a place where good and evil have taken a rest to bring something new to a familiar planet known as the Twilight Zone.
So they have their tanks in these long trenches, and we just put bulldozer blades on two of our tanks and ran along the trench and buried them. We didn't fire a shot, and for all I know, those tanks are still buried out there.
It was almost too easy.
General, priority call for you, line 1.
Yeah, easy was the word. Makes you wonder if we'll ever be able to fight a real war again. General Whitaker.
General, we have incoming first strike with counterforce and counter-value targeting. 894 incoming assumed RB missiles due to strike US 48 in 15 minutes.
Confirmed?
Confirmed.
Source?
Still unknown.
Proceed to DEFCON 1 and prepare preemptive countermeasures.
Yes, General Whitaker.
Connect me with the President.
How fast does this elevator descend?
Very fast, Mr. President. We'll be 1,000 feet below the White House in another 10 seconds.
What do we know so far?
The first U.S. impact is estimated to occur in 10 minutes.
Who did this? Russia? China? Who could put up so many missiles at once and with such accuracy?
The answer is we still don't know, and they are far from accurate.
Meaning?
Every country seems to be under attack, but then some aren't.
Which countries haven't been invaded?
Ireland, Madagascar, Denmark, and Monaco.
And everyone else?
All targeted somehow. Every part of the world, even Greenland, Samoa, and Antarctica.
And is someone going to explain why this is happening?
We have the Joint Chiefs of Staff, the CIA, and an expert on this subject on the phone who should be able to help. Dr. Anna Johnson. She's at Cheyenne Mountain right now. She's the top authority on objects in space and atmospheric re-entry. She's our best bet to sorting this out.
In the next few minutes, I hope.
Anna, you there?
I'm here.
Anna, this is the President. What can you tell us?
There are now about 4,000 objects entering Earth's atmosphere with an angle of attack indicating non-ballistic re-entry with trajectories delivering impacts in the next 1 to 20 minutes across the globe.
I was told 10 minutes.
Anna, this is the Secretary of Defense. My information was 10 minutes to impact.
That's correct. Or at least it was about 5 minutes ago. But now, some of them have sped up, some have slowed down, and some of them have stopped.
Have any cities been hit?
No. I mean, some of the objects just stopped. Stopped at various altitudes, some 20 miles above the surface of the Earth, and others just a couple of thousand feet from the surface.
Mr. President, this is General Whitaker.
What's your recommendation, General?
Give me the order to shoot them down.
Have any of them exploded?
No, but some of them have landed.
What was the size of the impact?
No impact. They actually landed very gently.
Where? Where exactly did they land? New York, Chicago, L.A.?
Mr. President, I'm not requesting permission to retaliate, but please let us try to shoot them down while we have time.
Anna, how many have stopped or landed so far? And how exactly do they stop in mid-air?
About 600 of them have landed, and we don't know how they are doing any of this.
Any major cities?
Mr. President!
Generals, stand down. I'm not going to blow up our cities shooting at things that aren't attacking us.
Mr. President, the odd thing is they're not landing in cities. They're landing in places that are desolate and unoccupied.
Mr. President, we have defensive and offensive capabilities hidden in places desolate and unoccupied across the country.
And are any of these objects in those areas?
No.
Anna, what are these things?
I'm not really sure. We have live video of some of them. I'm transmitting it to you now. They appear to be large cylinders about 300 feet in diameter and about 400 feet high. Most are flat on the top and bottom, but a few appear to have a blunt, conical top.
Anna, what are they?
The surface of the objects are pitted and streaked. No markings or other features are apparent. Wait a minute. It appears all of the remaining objects we're viewing are now moving in unison toward the surface.
Mr. President, this is our last chance.
Where are they heading, Anna? What cities are in danger?
Only a small farm town. No major cities. One of them is landing in a farmer's field outside of a small town in Iowa. All the rest are landing in remote, deserted areas or in water.
How many have landed now?
Almost all of them. Whoa! Wait.
Anna, you have to tell us what you see.
Over areas of China, we're seeing significant explosions. The Chinese are trying to shoot them down.
We have to join this fight, Mr. President.
General, in case it hasn't occurred to you, this doesn't seem to be an attack launched by any nation on Earth. Speaking of which, Dr. Johnson, other than China, are any other nations taking defensive or offensive measures against the objects?
It's hard to tell. No apparent use of nuclear weapons. Everything is in the form of conventional weapons. I don't think anyone else wants to blow themselves up.
No surprise. Neither do we. General Whitaker, let's be safe. As chairman of the Joint Chiefs, get a team together fast and get some military supervision and security to every one of these objects. Do not attack without my orders. Alert FEMA. Evacuate the local civilian population as you see fit. We'll contact the diplomatic corps in case someone thinks this was our idea. Anna, have they all landed?
Most. The rest are either hovering or underwater at points throughout the world.
What do they want?
They? John, do we have some idea where these came from?
You said it yourself, sir.
Anna, you're the expert. What do we have here?
Without any additional evidence, I would guess this is a full-scale invasion of the planet Earth by an alien race with vastly superior intelligence and technology.
Well then, let's get some more evidence and be sure. Until then, we take no chances and we take no offensive action. Look, if this is a visit from some life form from another planet, we need to know the answer to two fundamental questions. Are they good or are they bad? I'm afraid it's one or the other, but let's be sure before we make what could be a bad situation worse.
And if they attack us?
General, if they attack, the order is to defend us. But only if they attack.
Understood.
Mr. President, if they are here for the good of mankind, I would like to be the first to welcome them.
Who is that? This is a secure line.
I'm sorry, it's Senator Reitzman. He's here at Cheyenne Mountain.
What the?
Mr. President, I'm here, and I witnessed this event as it happened. I can lead the diplomatic team that welcomes our guests.
Senator, I would appreciate it if you and everyone else stayed in Cheyenne Mountain until we better understand this situation.
Oh, no, you are not getting all the glory on this one. We get equal time. This is bigger than you and your party.
Senator, the President is the Commander-in-Chief, and you will do what you are told.
Fine. But someday, I am getting out of this mountain prison, and if this thing blows up on you guys, I am telling the world that I could have been the hand that extended peace to our new neighbors.
You may get your chance, Senator, but until we understand the situation better, you will remain at Cheyenne Mountain. Anna, do you see any objects headed for Washington, D.C.?
No. The closest is about 100 miles away, landing in a swamp in Virginia. We're monitoring the object via satellite. Wait a minute. The swamp is drying up. The object appears to be consuming all the water.
Mr. President, it's obvious what they're here to do. They want to take all our natural resources. They'll leave us a desert planet, and we'll all be dead in days. We have to act.
Anna, are any of the other objects consuming water or any other resources?
No, just this one.
Maybe they were thirsty.
And who is that?
Sorry. It's the Senator's wife. The room is secure now. I don't know how they got in.
Dr. Johnson, I need you to go to one of these landing sites. Take whatever and whoever you need and see if you can get some answers.
Understood.
General Whittaker.
Yes, sir.
I need to hear from you immediately if these things make any offensive maneuvers. Don't fire until I give the order. I don't want to escalate this situation because a swamp or two has lost some water.
And if they attack my troops?
Return fire. Now, let's get to work.
Have you got all the gear in the boat?
Yeah. You think today'll be a good day for fishing?
It's always a good day for fishing. It's just up to the fishermen.
Do we got the bait?
We got it all. All gassed up and ready to... What in tarnation?
You okay, Jimmy?
Yeah, I'm all right. Where did that come from?
It just fell out of the sky. What is it? Looks like a giant tin can.
Tin cans don't fall out of the sky, Bobby.
It's on your property, Jimmy. You own it now.
I own it? Well, what the hell am I supposed to do with it?
Kinda looks like an oversized oil drum. Maybe we should call the sheriff.
Oh, what's he gonna do, Bobby? But the same thing we're doing, just sit here and stare at it.
I don't like this, Jimmy. We ought to get out of here.
Yeah, maybe right. Hey, let's give it a minute. I want to see if something happens.
I don't think anyone could move that thing. You're gonna have it sticking out of your lake from now on, man. Gonna ruin the fishing.
Just be quiet, I'm thinking. You know, a lot of people would pay good money to see something like this.
Yeah? Yeah, I suppose they would. You know, we could charge admission. That big field on the old road, heck, you could park a few hundred cars.
Got $10 a head, that's a couple of grand a day.
Let them take all the pictures they want, and then, hey, you know what? We could even have a concession stand.
Heck, with the money we're gonna make, we'll open a restaurant.
And a big deck where you can eat and look at the thing.
Let's go. I want to block the road. People are gonna start showing up soon, and the money starts today.
Fell right into our lap, didn't it?
Yep, money from the sky. Damn, I knew it.
Is that a news chopper? That'll get lots of people here.
It ain't no news chopper, it's military. They're gonna make us another Roswell. Damn.
It's Roswell, dummy.
We interrupt this broadcast to bring you a special report.
Good evening. What you are about to see may be the most incredible occurrence in the history of humanity. Across the globe, thousands of large cylindrical objects have landed on the surface of the Earth. Others are reported to be hovering over the planet's surface, and an undetermined number below the surface of the Earth's oceans, lakes, and rivers. The reaction across the globe can best be described as a mixture of shock, fear, and for some people, hope. Here with a live report is John Porterson.
Thank you, Bill. I'm standing in a remote desert area of southern Utah where one of these large objects has landed in a shallow canyon. The appearance of all the objects is identical, at a height of about 40 stories, cylindrical in shape, and a diameter the size of a football field. There are no markings, windows, or doors, and so far, no sound or movement from the object. There have been reports that some of the objects are siphoning water from lakes and rivers, but that has not been confirmed. Soon after we arrived on the scene, a battalion of National Guard troops arrived, and they have moved us back some distance from the object. We were able to briefly approach it before troops arrived. There's a strong smell of sulfur surrounding the object, and the sides were extremely hot. The entire surface is a streaked combination of black, gray, and dirty rust. Troops continue to arrive and set up gunnery positions, which has all of us a bit nervous.
John, has the military given you any information? Is this a dangerous situation, and are they expecting the use of force?
The military has simply moved us back from the object. They have given us no information. As far as we can... The jets are bombing the object! They're moving out of the area! All the gunnery positions have opened fire! Go, go, go! There doesn't seem to be any movement or return fire from the object! We're all getting out of the...
General Whitaker here.
General, this is the President. Can you explain to me the situation in the Utah desert?
2 Air Force F-16s launched 8 missiles against the object. They were supported by artillery and small arms fire.
Were they attacked?
I'm still waiting for a report.
Has the object returned fire or been destroyed?
No. The object appears to have suffered no damage, and they have not responded in any way.
General, what exactly motivated this attack? Who gave the order?
No one. It appears the pilots acted on their own.
We have to get control of the situation, and that starts with us controlling ourselves. What if these visitors are peaceful? What are they thinking and planning as a result of this attack?
Mr. President, with all due respect, if we were to travel to another country for peaceful purposes, we wouldn't show up in 4,000 jet planes. There is nothing about this arrival that can be seen as anything less than an invasion.
General, if there is one more incident like this, I am relieving you of command. Now get your forces under control.
The whole world's in a panic, Mr. President. I'll do everything I can.
Position 43?
Bob, is that you?
Yes, Mr. Secretary.
Has Dr. Johnson made any progress?
I'll patch you through.
Johnson?
Anna, this is the Secretary of Defense. I'm here with the President and the National Security Council. Where are you right now, and have you had any success?
We're in a deep forest in northern Michigan, and we're about to make another effort to make contact. So far, radio transmissions, loudspeakers, music, and colored lights have received no response.
What are you planning to do?
The only thing left to do: knock. Try it again.
Can you hear anything?
Nothing. We've connected sensors, parametric acoustic arrays, range sounding, even stethoscopes, x-rays, and radar, you name it. We've seen nothing and heard nothing. If there's anything in there, they're not responding.
Is it possible these are not occupied? I mean, we send unmanned instruments into space all the time. Why wouldn't another intelligent race do the same thing?
Anything's possible. What we can't understand is their purpose. We don't know why they're here or what they're doing. There are no transmissions of any kind that we can detect. No communication between the objects on the ground or the various sections suspended over the Earth and in space. Our only assumption is that the sections eventually rejoin in space and form a large cigar-shaped transport. The few sections with the conical tops are probably on either end of a long tube of sections.
Are they after the water?
Not just water. We have reports of minerals, water, and air being slowly collected by various objects. If I had to guess, I'd say it's an intergalactic freight train that's come to harvest various materials.
So they are, in fact, after our natural resources. Is there any danger that they'll consume the atmosphere? Is that why some of the objects are hovering?
That's our assumption. What's curious is there seems to be no danger. They're not collecting that much of anything. Considering their size, the most they've taken is a sample.
Could it be a scouting expedition? Preparation for an invasion?
Mr. Secretary, 4,000 objects? If this is preparation for an invasion, I'd hate to see the real thing. No, I think this is a peaceful, if not passive, mission. Although they may be sampling resources for future collecting. There's no way of knowing at this point.
Keep trying, Doctor. We need some answers. Things are getting out of hand.
What do you mean?
The military. All over the world. Some countries have taken the offensive, including, I'm sorry to say, our own. An isolated incident, but an attack nonetheless.
Have they retaliated?
No, not once. Not even after a nuclear detonation in South Africa. Every report is the same. No damage to the objects, no retaliation or response of any kind.
Then I guess we can stop knocking. If a nuclear detonation doesn't get their attention, they're not going to pay much attention to our sledgehammer.
Mr. Secretary, I have an urgent call from Senator Reitzman.
Anna, don't tell me he's with you.
No, sir. We left him back at Cheyenne Mountain.
Put him through.
Mr. President? Mr. President, are you there? Can you hear me?
Jack, are you okay? Is everything all right at NORAD?
I am not in Cheyenne Mountain. I'm in Montana, I think. We found one of the objects.
Senator, the president's orders were crystal clear. You were to stay at Cheyenne Mountain.
Yeah, well, I didn't, and the world will thank me for it someday.
Jack, are you alone?
No, my wife is here, and a lieutenant who I ordered to fly us here in his chopper. We need cameras. Mr. President, the news media, the world has to see this.
Senator, the world has been staring at pictures of these objects for almost 2 days now. Believe me, yours is no different.
Well, that is where you're wrong. This one is different. This one is different because I am here. And I did it. I'm the one who did it.
And what exactly did you do, Senator?
Exactly what I said I would do. I made contact.
This is Tom Hillridge reporting from southern Montana. In an amazing turn of events, Senator Jack Reitzman claims to have successfully made contact with what are believed to be a highly advanced form of life from another planet. This is the first time anyone on Earth has succeeded.
Accompanied by his wife Jocelyn, the senator will read a statement he has prepared to reassure the visitors that we can coexist in peace and mutual trade. I'm here with James Parker, the owner of the property where the object has landed, who witnessed the landing. Can you tell us what you saw?
Well, first of all, I just want to make it clear that this is private property. Now, I know that a lot of people are watching this, and we don't need y'all showing up just yet. Now, the military has it secured, but if the general public wants to come around here, I'm going to have to charge a fee for, insurance purposes and the such. Thank you.
Mr. Parker, Senator Wrightsman has stated that he has made contact. Have you managed to make contact with an alien life form as well?
Actually, no. I haven't seen any aliens. The thing is, it's sitting out there in my lake.
Have you spoken to the senator?
I don't even know who he is.
Thank you, sir. That was James Parker, a local farmer who was fishing when this particular object set down on the shore of his lake. I see there's some commotion over to our right. It appears the senator is prepared to make his statement.
After failing to win his party's nomination for president in the last election, the four-term senator has been a harsh critic of the president and has promised to reveal a government cover-up of the contact that has already been established with the aliens.
Good God, has he lost his mind?
John, this whole situation gets worse every day. No wonder they've ignored us so far. They have to believe we're absolute idiots.
What does he think he's going to accomplish with this?
I'm afraid we're about to find out.
Are we on? Oh, okay. To the people of planet Earth, my name is Senator Jack Wrightsman. I am addressing you today from a mountain pass in North America. Right now, more than 4 billion people are listening to this broadcast. And that's good, because I have good news. We have made contact, and I have a message for our new neighbors. I want to personally welcome you to our planet. Welcome you as friends and partners. We are a peace-loving species, and like you, we are explorers. Together we can explore new worlds, new opportunities, and new frontiers. Now, I would like to introduce my wife, Jocelyn Wrightsman, who made the initial contact. Jocelyn?
His wife made the contact? What did she do? Call them on her cell phone?
I just hope she tells us what they said.
Hello. Today, I feel truly blessed when I received the telepathic message from the alien.
Oh no, she is such a nutcase.
I knew they would be kind. So we should be kind too.
Are you getting that? Are you getting that? The ship is leaving. The entire thing is rising into the air. Look out! Look out! This is Tom Hillridge reporting. The object that has occupied this spot in the Rocky Mountains for the last 3 days has taken off and is rising high into the atmosphere. All that's left is a deep impression in the ground. It was pandemonium here for a moment, but people are settling down and most are watching the object rise into the sky and wait a minute, on the horizon I can see another object rising up as well. Wow, what's that? Yes, I see it. To the east of us, there's another object rising at a greater distance. Senator, do you think they heard you? Did they get the message?
Well, not only did they get the message, but I'm convinced that it's what they came to hear. That's why they're leaving. That is what they wanted, and I delivered.
It's been a month since the visitors, as we have come to call them, departed from the Earth. To date, there has been no evidence to explain the purpose of this strange and still mysterious visit. I'm here with Dr. Anna Johnson at one of the former landing sites. Dr. Johnson, what have you discovered?
So far, nothing.
Nothing? What about materials they left behind? Their technology or their ability to hover silently?
We don't have a clue. It didn't seem to matter what kind of instruments we used when they were here or what we do now. They left no evidence. We don't know how or why they traveled here or anything about their technology.
Many people are claiming that there is a pattern in their landing sites and that we simply haven't decoded the hidden message yet.
We have many specialists trying to determine why they landed where they did, and all we can conclude is that it's a totally random pattern, although they seem to avoid areas where their landing would cause any harm to people.
So no one was injured?
Not as a result of any of the objects. Unfortunately, we do have reports of more than 800,000 fatalities worldwide due to various and assorted actions taken by governments and the military.
Senator Reitzman has announced his candidacy for president and continues to claim he was responsible for the departure of the visitors. What did he say that resonated with them?
I'm sorry, but objects across the world were departing up to 20 minutes before the senator said a word.
And the claims his wife has made about a telepathic message?
That's her claim. No one else anywhere had a similar experience, although some people are beginning to come out of the woodwork to claim they did.
Do you think they'll be back?
It's quite possible. I mean, they obviously know where we are.
And which will it be? Invasion or new alliance?
Quite frankly, I'd settle for either one. Unfortunately, I think if they do return, we're in for more of the same.
Which is?
Nothing. They didn't even seem to care that we existed. To put it bluntly, they came, they saw, they left.
Our first encounter has occurred. An uninvited visit that the whole world was witness to. A desperate world looking for answers and a message. This time the message was clear, and we delivered it to ourselves somewhere between cold indifference, foolish pride, and the raw rage of animal instinct. Will they return? Will they give us the answers we need? Probably not. Unless you're willing to take a moment and understand that beyond a special place in deep space and a very important and faraway destination is that favorite alien rest stop known as the Twilight Zone.
Rest Stop, starring Brandon Eales with Stacy Keach as your narrator, was written for The Twilight Zone by Steve Newby. Heard in the cast were Christian Stolte, Danny Goldring, Linda Reiter, Fernette Lebo, Torrio Davis, Jeff Lupitan, Jim McCants, Lisa Wolfe, Jamie Barron, Sean Cooper, Doug James, and Joby Cerny. The producers of The Twilight Zone wish to thank CBS Enterprises and the Rod Serling Estate for making this series possible. This copyrighted radio series is produced and directed by Carl Amari for Falcon Picture Group. Sound design, custom Foley effects, recording, and editing are produced in the Cerny American Sound to Picture Theater by sound designers Craig Lee, Bob Benson, and Tim Cerny. Music for The Twilight Zone is provided by CBS and American Music Incorporated, New York. To learn more about the Twilight Zone radio dramas and to download episodes, including 6 free episodes on our homepage, visit our official website at twilightzoneradio.com. Doug James speaking.
Thank you for listening. Please like and subscribe.